My name is Charles Michael Yunker. My highest rank in the Navy was Radarman Second Class E5. Later I served in the Kansas National Guard and attained the rank of E6. We did get transferred out of our ROS into full operational status. And we went to Guantanamo Bay for refresher training. Taking a step back from that for just a bit, while we were doing our various sea trials and such, I started having eyesight problems. And I went to the eye doctor, and he put me in bifocals, of all things, and wrote up a recommendation that I be given shore duty and out of radar, or out of working in a CIC because it was so dark and it was straining my eyesight. And I reported that back over and gave the letter to our ship. We were getting ready to go to Guantanamo Bay for training down there. And I was asked if I would stay on board the Thomas until we got through Gitmo, because I was in charge of running the surface search. And I agreed to do that no problem. In the meantime, two of the more enterprising radarmen on the Lloyd Thomas, one of which is here, they had taken it upon themselves. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself a bit. At one point, when we were ROS, Reduced Operational Status, they told us the budget for CIC was something like $30 or $13. It's some ridiculous amount. And that's what we were supposed to use CertMart to buy our supplies with. And I remember a couple of us sitting there and we said, forget it, we'll just steal what we need, which basically we did. And we spent a lot of time over at Navy Salvage gathering things that we could use and so forth. And among that, these two enterprising guys, I don't know what their motivation was for why they thought about doing it. They picked up 2 5-gallon cans of white paint that was so old the pigment was stuck down on the bottom of those 5-gallon cans. And I walked into CIC one day and they were in there pulling this paint up by hand. It was like having a giant taffy pull. And one of the two guys' dad worked for Sherwin-Williams in Hartford, Connecticut, sent him down a little bottle of blue pigment, and they mixed that blue pigment in with that white paint, and they painted CIC a kind of powder blue. Well, we went down to Guantanamo and went all through that, and usually CIC is a dark gray because you need to keep it dark and so forth. It's filled with little white pen lights or red lights, and that's why it caused my eye strain. But when we got through Guantanamo, I realized I didn't have an eye strain anymore. That light blue paint made it light enough to where you could see, but dark enough to where it didn't interfere with our radars and so forth. And about a year later, we're off the coast of Vietnam, and Captain Brown, Leo Brown, the captain of the Lloyd Thomas, came in to have coffee one night and was standing around at CIC, and I was thinking about that paint. And I said, "Sir, I'm not supposed to be here. Can I go home now?" And he said, "Sure." He started walking. But that powder blue paint kept me on board the Lloyd Thomas.